Hi, my name's Casey. About 7 years ago, I decided to try cooking for the first time. Being a millennial, the me generation, I decided, hey, how about I film this experience and put it on YouTube? What resulted was a fun, entertaining video of me cooking something on YouTube. I found the cooking to be enjoyable, and I thought the filming and uploading to YouTube was fun. So as I continued cooking and making more videos, I put them on YouTube. I thought, why not? Something fun to do. Eventually, YouTube offered me a partnership, which isn't as big a deal as it sounds, especially because at this point, YouTube gives partnerships to anyone that they think, might get a decent amount of views, a couple hundred here and there. It's a chance for advertisers to make money, and for you to make a little bit of money. And I did make a little bit of money. A very small amount, but it kind of excited me in the sense that here's a hobby that I can actually make a little bit of money on. Fast forward 7 years, I've done about 120 videos. I actually went back to school to get my MBA at the University of Georgia. During that process though, I've interacted with a lot of people who have been involved with the startup community, with entrepreneurship. I myself was even involved in an idea accelerator to kind of experiment and see, hey, these videos, is this something I can maybe focus on and make a little bit of more money? So luckily, the Career Services Department for my MBA program is supportive enough to actually let me go for it. So this summer, I'm taking the little savings I have in my account and 10 weeks of my time, and I'm going for it. I'm taking an entrepreneurial approach to my videos. And I thought, I should document this and share it with people. Not just the practical sense, teaching you basics about how to start a business, common pitfalls, things you should know, but also the personal side, so kind of the feelings, the emotions. And my advice, I learn best by doing, and I think a lot of people do too. But if you can learn from my experiences, maybe you too will be willing to take the risk of starting your own business. So the big question is, this isn't some crazy new idea. Tons of people do videos. It's what you would call a saturated market. So there's tons of competition out there, tons of cooking videos, and tons of engineering videos. Those are the two main types of videos I want to do. So am I an entrepreneur? Well, what does entrepreneur even mean? The word entrepreneur comes from entreprendre, which is French, meaning to undertake, and from English, enterprise, a business. So entrepreneur first was used in the early 19th century. Looking at the literal definition, an entrepreneur is someone who organizes and operates a business or businesses, taking on a greater than normal financial risk to do so. So you think entrepreneur, you think someone with this crazy idea, taking all their savings, using their own money, which is called bootstrapping, or going out to investors, venture capitalists, and saying, please give me all this money. So in my case, I'm not using that much money. I don't have that much money. So I'm not taking on a greater than normal financial risk. Am I an entrepreneur? To some, I might not be. But I'm going to treat myself like I am, especially for these 10 weeks. And I do have the safety net of going back to school and looking for full-time work. So if I'm an entrepreneur, I'm creating a startup. So what is a startup? Well, in the most literal sense, a startup is a newly established business. To start something up is to put something in motion. So in this case, I'm putting a business into motion. There's a lot of prominent figures in the entrepreneurial community, the startup community. You think Silicon Valley, Austin, Texas, New York, Atlanta, hubs where you have all these creative people innovating the world and really thinking of these ideas. So you got a lot of famous people who define startups differently. One definition that I liked a lot was, a startup focuses on solving a problem where the solution is not obvious and success is not guaranteed. That was from someone named Neil Blumenthal, co-founder and CEO of Warby Parker. So it varies too. Some people define a startup as 2 years or less, or a certain amount of employees or a certain amount of revenue. But it really does vary industry to industry. So for all intents and purposes, I'm going to consider myself an entrepreneur over the summer, where I plan on doing a cooking video and an engineering video every day. And I plan on doing these entrepreneur blogs at least once a week, just to kind of update people on where I'm at and kind of teach you some basic definitions. Hopefully you get a lot out of my experiences. So I have a main goal in sight. Right now, my cooking videos have a little over 100,000 views. By September 1st, I want to try to get them to 250,000, so 250,000. So that's kind of a goal I have in mind. I want to grow my subscribers from 450 to 750. For my engineering videos, I only have a couple thousand. It's a newer channel I started. I want to get that to 50,000 views, and I want to go from 13 subscribers to 100 subscribers. So I think that's something important. If you're going to take the risk of being an entrepreneur, I think you have to have a clear goal in mind. You have to know what problem you're solving, and you have to know where you want to end up. On the emotional side, it's definitely a risk. I feel kind of stupid doing it, but I'm also excited because this is a passion I've had, and it's something I want to do. Even bigger companies nowadays, because I've applied for tons of jobs in this program, and I've had a lot of interviews, even bigger companies say, we want someone with an entrepreneurial mindset. So even if I fail fantastically, and even if I don't, even if I get a little bit out of it, but I don't pursue it, I'm going to learn so much from this entrepreneur experience. I think it's valuable, and I hope by watching these videos, you too can learn something out of it. So I'm going to end on that. I've defined entrepreneur, I've defined startup, I've let you know my goals. So where to here? Where to from here? In my next video, I want to talk about customer discovery and really identifying a problem. The basics of having a startup. And I hope to kind of go over a few words on each of these videos, each of these blogs. So I hope you follow along. Thank you.